My favorite thing, it's got a full court basketball. So if you like to play basketball or tennis and can do big parties here, you know, one of the things I'm going to tell you in these three, it's important that you understand the how to win friends and influence people. That's a big one. People always talk about networking and stuff. So yeah, got a little squat rack that I'm putting together for the gym. There's a gym in here. There's a 16-person movie theater in here. I like movies. There's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu room that I use. So anyway, you know, these three things that I'm going to share with you, they're the things that I teach the people who work for me, the CEOs that I train. I'm an investor. That's my main business now. I've done all kinds of stuff. You know, I've been an entrepreneur for since I was 19 years old. Sometimes not a very successful one. You know, that's how I end up on a couch doing, not understanding the things that I'm going to share with these three things with you. This I use as a, you know, a bar and stuff when I do a party. Got the infinity, there's the guest house there. I didn't show you that, but that's the movie theater. You got the gym and pool and poker room. So, you know, these three things, I symbolize them with three letters, okay? Which I'll show you in a second when I'm not walking so much. And so every time, even to this day, when I'm under pressure, when like, you know, I'm not sure what to do, these three letters that I had 5 mentors that showed me this. This is the living room. I'll show you in a second. I got a little fish pond in there, but oh, I'll show you the kitchen. I use this little master dining room, stuff like that. I'm not going to go through all the rooms. This place has a lot of rooms. It's 17,000 square feet. So here's the kitchen. I'm not a good cook at all, so you know. And then you got here, I don't have all my cars here because I have other houses here in LA, but I think I have the Lambo and Ferrari here. Yeah. Ferrari, Lambo, I got other cars. Some of you, this is a different garage. I shot that commercial like here in my garage, so I don't have a bookshelf in this garage. I have my other house up in the Hollywood Hills. This is Beverly Hills. So, yeah, this is, I play the piano. It's got a cool door. Got some fish. They're all under here. This is where I read, you know, I like to read a book and stuff like that. So, pretty cool. The cool front door. Oh, it's got an elevator in the house, which I never use. But there's a third floor for like guests and stuff. It's got a cool door. Oh. There's somebody here waiting. We'll close the door. And then you got the Godfather. Look, I mean, people always say this looks like Scarface. You know, say hello to my little friend. But anyway, forget all that. I'm gonna give you these three things. Actually, I'm gonna do it on my website because I don't want this to go too long. So if you click the link on my website, I'm gonna stand right here and I'm gonna explain to you these three things that took me from sleeping on a couch, you know, in Clayton, North Carolina, in a mobile home to, you know, you always got to go up. You know, it doesn't matter how fast you go up. Not everybody needs to be a billionaire or a millionaire, but it's all about progress, you know, momentum. So I'm going to share with you three things. If you do these three things, it's going to change your life. So click the link. It'll take you to my website. It's all free. Don't worry about it. I'm going to lay it out. And if you do these three things, you know, I don't know what you're seeking in life. I don't know. For people, some people want health, wealth, love, happiness. There's all this wide variety of human wants. But whatever yours are, these three letters, it's a little way I memorize it, will revolutionize your life. I'm telling you. And they continue. When I make mistakes, these are the ways that you dig yourself out of a hole. So click the link. There should be a link right here, maybe up, down, and it'll take you to my website, and you can check it out. And make a change today. Never procrastinate. We live in a world full of procrastinators. And if you snooze, you lose in life. You know what I'm saying? So click the link, and I'll see you on my website with a free video presentation of these three steps. It's going to change your life. All right? Talk to you soon.
Sure, it's nice to see actors starring in roles they were almost destined to play. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, but sometimes an actor only has a shot at an iconic role after someone else turns it down. Although everything worked out in the way it was supposed to in the end, we still can't help wondering what could have been if these actors didn't say no. No! 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 Number 1, Thomas Jane as Don Draper. When we think of Mad Men, we think of the dashing and duplicitous John Hamm. But Hamm told Mark Maron on the WTF podcast back in 2011 that the role which gave him his break almost went to someone else.
They went to Thomas Jane for it, and they were told that Thomas Jane does not do television.
Whether or not that's true, Jane later did take a regular television role starring on HBO's Hung for 3 seasons. Number 2, Matthew Broderick and John Cusack as Walter White. After earning sitcom fame in Malcolm in the Middle, Bryan Cranston made a huge career leap when he was cast as science teacher turned meth kingpin Walter White on Breaking Bad. While show creator Vince Gilligan always wanted Cranston, the Hollywood Reporter revealed that AMC wasn't interested. Instead, the network wanted Matthew Broderick or John Cusack to take on the lead role. Luckily for Cranston, both baby-faced actors passed, and after execs saw Cranston's dramatic work in The X-Files, everyone was on board. Or else. Number 3, Emily Blunt as Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson totally and literally kills as the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. But the role was almost given to Emily Blunt, who had to back out. She's fine with it though, as she explained to Screen Rant, quote, "I didn't do it at the time because it wasn't the right time, and I was contracted to do something else, but Scarlett has done such a phenomenal job. She's it." Number 4, Annette Bening as Catwoman. For many, Michelle Pfeiffer is the only Catwoman, having stolen the show in Tim Burton's Batman Returns. But, as Blaster points out, the role was originally intended for Annette Bening, who dropped out when she became pregnant with her first child right before shooting started. Pfeiffer had been gunning for the role from the moment she'd read the script, so she slipped right in. Number 5, Will Smith as Neo. It's true, Will Smith turned down the iconic sci-fi action flick The Matrix. Everything's turned out just fine with The Fresh Prince since then, but he explained his decision to Wired in 2004, quote, "The Matrix is a difficult concept to pitch. In the pitch, I just didn't see it. I watched Keanu's performance, and very rarely do I say this, but I would have messed it up. I would have absolutely messed up The Matrix." Instead, he saved that honor for The Wild Wild West. Number 6, Dougray Scott as Wolverine. Originally, Dougray Scott was tapped to play Wolverine in the original 2000 film X-Men. But after scheduling conflicts with his role in Mission Impossible 2, the gig went to Hugh Jackman, now one of the biggest stars in the world. No hard feelings though, Scott told the Daily Record, quote, "I like Hugh, he's a really lovely guy. It wasn't as if he stole it off me. Basically, my movie ran over and I had to pull out." Speaking of Jackman, number 7, Hugh Jackman as James Bond. With Dougray Scott, we had someone passing on Wolverine to take on the role of the spy. Here we have Wolverine passing on the role of the most iconic spy in the world. Entertainment Weekly reports that Jackman was considered for 007 back when he was filming his second X-Men film. Jackman would have replaced Pierce Brosnan after Die Another Day, but Jackman didn't feel that it was the right time. Still, he remarked that it was a very hard role to pass up. Comic geeks kept their Wolverine, and the rest of the world got Daniel Craig. Number 8, Tom Hanks as Jerry Maguire. Writer and director Cameron Crowe originally wrote Jerry Maguire with Tom Hanks in mind. Unfortunately, Hanks was a little too old to play the young, upbeat sports agent that Tom Cruise made famous. Hanks declined the project after reading the early draft of the script. Speaking with Empire magazine in April of 1997, Crowe said Hanks passed because he didn't like the film's romantic subplot between Maguire and Renee Zellweger's Dorothy Boyd. Number 9, Pamela Anderson as Dana Scully. Before agents Mulder and Scully started searching for aliens in the X-Files, Fox approached Baywatch star Pamela Anderson to play the female FBI agent. Entertainment Weekly reported that Gillian Anderson was the one who revealed Fox's original choice for the character. Quote, "She was someone who was more familiar to them in terms of what was on TV at the time. They were looking for someone bustier, taller, leggier than me." Luckily, Pam passed on the role, and Gillian's intelligent but skeptical demeanor helped provide a great contrast to David Duchovny's Mulder, leading the show to 62 Emmy nominations. And finally, number 10, Jean-Claude Van Damme as the Predator. Believe it or not, the Muscles from Brussels was originally supposed to play the alien hunter in the 1987 classic, Predator. Jean-Claude Van Damme arrived on set thinking that he was going to use his martial arts skills to fight a bunch of soldiers. It wasn't too long after that when he found out he'd be wearing a giant, silly monster suit instead. Van Damme ran around in a red rubber suit for a while, but he hated the role. After all, it was a hot suit, and the movie was filmed in a Mexican jungle, and he thought he was playing a human. Eventually, Van Damme volunteered to body double for Arnold Schwarzenegger in a few of the movie's explosive stunts instead. The Predator suit was later redesigned for Kevin Peter Hall, whose near 7-foot-tall height made him tower over his co-stars, and was only slightly more intimidating than Hall's other most notable role. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch more videos like the one you just saw, and leave us a comment to let us know which star you'd most like to see in the role they turned down.
You're telling a joke, and then you finally reach the punchline, but then no one laughs. Like, no one at all, not even pity laughs, and then you realise you accidentally left out like a part of the setup. Now it's awkward, and your dad puts his hand on your shoulder and says, this is not the eulogy your granddad would have wanted. I mean, that's always tricky, but turns out movie editors do it too, accidentally slicing out parts of their film that would otherwise have filled in weird plot holes. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 9 deleted scenes that explain confusing movie moments. Number 9, explaining the arc. So apparently, if you look at the Ark of the Covenant, your face melts like an ice cream under a hot tap. I mean, that makes thematic sense, I guess. You know, hubris and not being a Nazi asshole in the presence of God and all that. But within the film itself, it's not set up at all. How did Indy know to close his eyes when the Ark is open? Well, that's answered in a moment cut from the film where Indy and Salah visit Imam to have the staff of Ra translated. In the scene, he warns Indy not to touch the Ark or look at it when it's open. See? Now it all makes sense. Number 8, what happens to a toad? Okay, this is less of a confusing moment and more, just a bad one. The original X-Men, one of the first drops in this tidal wave of superhero movies, was a bit silly. Look at that leather, the year 2000, what a time to be alive.
Where should we go outside these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
Anyway, the film has a famously terrible line when Storm says,
"Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?" Same thing that happens to everything else.
That line is incredibly bad, partially because it seems to come out of bollock nowhere. However, it might have been a bit more palatable. Originally, the Toad character was supposed to have a running line throughout the film where he says, do you know what happens to a toad when, I don't know, it's backed into a corner or something? That was going to be his catchphrase, which would have made Storm's bafflingly awful line about lightning make a bit more contextual sense, rather than, none. Number 7, the madness of King Scar. It's a tiny plot hole that you probably never really thought about, but in The Lion King, how is it that Nala comes to find adult Simba in his exile? What's she doing there? The Pride Lands are a barren wasteland and Simba almost killed himself travelling so far to the Oasis, yet Nala just comes out for a stroll and happens to walk into her childhood lion friend. Well, this is cleared up in the deleted scene and musical number that was actually kept in the live show. In the film, Nala is supposed to be in exile too because Scar is starting to go a wee bit power mental and tries to seduce her. A catchy number about sexual harassment and romantic coercion, but it's